Do you ever feel like you've built so much, but somehow still feel like you're carrying it all alone? This episode isn't about tech or strategy or the next system to streamline your business. This one's about something beneath all of that, the part of building that no one actually sees, and what happens when the people who say they're there to support you really aren't. Today, I'm talking about something I've come to call the quiet anchor. And if you're a high achieving entrepreneur, especially one who creates from the heart, I think this is going to feel like truth. Let me tell you something I've experienced more than once. I'll be working on something. It can be an event, a course, a system, a technology, something I've poured my whole self into blood, sweat, tears, you name it. I'll share it with someone I trust, someone who offered to help. They show interest, maybe even excitement. They say all the right things. But slowly, things shift. They start positioning themselves in the story, repeating my language, repurposing my process. Suddenly, it's their framework, their next product, or their claim to fame. And I'm left feeling like I've been extracted, not supported, not just copied, leveraged. It's not always malicious, but it's not support. It's proximity masked as partnership. And if you've experienced it, you know it's not just disappointing, it's downright disorienting. It makes you second guess sharing. It makes you want to build in silence. It makes you wary of every quote unquote collaboration that follows. I've had to learn hard lesson after hard lesson that what I needed wasn't a collaborator or a client or a hype squad. I needed a quiet anchor. Here's what I've come to understand about myself, and maybe this is you too. I am through and through a high achiever. Even when I worked in corporate America, I had managers who would say, "You're a high achiever, you're a high potential. If I could clone you, I would." Not just because I work hard or have goals, but because I hold myself to a standard that does not let up. I don't celebrate long. I finish one thing and immediately think of the next. Even my rest comes with a side of what could this become? And for people like us, that drive is a gift, but also a liability. Because people see the movement, the momentum, the platform, and they want in. Not always because they believe in what you're doing, but because it looks like a ride worth taking. And when you're building with your heart and not just your hands, it downright hurts. So, what is a quiet anchor? It's the person who stays beside you, not behind, not ahead, and not on your coattails, right there with you. They hold space without urgency. They listen without a next step. They aren't waiting for the right time to pitch, to partner, or piggyback. They're just there, present, steady, and without an agenda. And let me tell you, when you've gone too long without that kind of support, it changes everything when you feel it. You don't need someone to tell you what to do. You already know. You just need someone who sees the weight of what you carry and chooses to stay, not to lift it, but to stand with you while you do. So here's the filter I use now. I call it the quiet anchor filter. Are you ready? These are 5 questions that I like to ask myself whenever someone shows up to support that cheerleader. So the first question is, are they here for the vision or the visibility? Do they listen more than they offer solutions? Would they still show up if there was nothing to gain? Do I feel more myself around them or more useful to them? When I share something unfinished, do they lean in or do they position themselves? If even one answer feels heavy, I pause. Not because I'm guarded, because I'm scared. This work, this vision, it's too rooted, too real, too hard won to let someone orbit it just for their own shine. Lately, I've been redefining what success means for me, not by revenue, not by reach, but by what really resonates. Here's what I'm claiming now. Success is when what I create reflects who I am, reaches who it's for, and restores me as much as it supports other people. If I'm connected, contributing, and clear, I'm already succeeding. I don't need to chase more. I need to go deeper. So if you're listening to this and nodding, if you've been that high achiever who built it all, shared generously, and found yourself either betrayed or burned, this is your reminder. You don't need to prove more. You don't need to polish more. You might just need a quiet anchor. And maybe, just maybe, it's time to be your own first. So here's your grounding mantra. Forward isn't always more. Sometimes it's deeper. And maybe this week, that's enough. I'll see you on the next episode of Business Tech Unraveled.